Right, hi guys. Today I'm going to go over our team here, which hasn't got a name yet, with Tapper substituting in for MCD against this team called Crimi. Just a matchmaking game. They played with strats, we played with strats. It's good to analyse what we did well and badly. So first of all, going into the pistol round, I believe they went straight for a B push, but they were watching their flank. Now what normally happens here is one person will push A long and spot out mid. Immediately after spotting, they'll call the rotate and push B. Now the problem with B is often they get flanked from behind and they get shot in the back. Now Crimi are expecting this, so they're waiting for the A push from behind, but it just doesn't happen. So I know at this point that they're going straight to B, and I just wait essentially. So if we quickly just kind of look at the others. So they're just waiting here, they've just stacked it. And they're just essentially waiting for us to counter boost, waiting for us to push, but all we know is, we know it's on B, we know they haven't gone round. I'm watching over here to see if they rotate back through mid or long. Can't hear any footsteps, don't really expect them to push me. If they did, wouldn't be a problem, we'd be able to rotate. But it's a standard pistol round tactic, and they're just waiting there for the counter boost, for the counter push, because it's the easiest way for them to win this round. Eventually they kind of realise it's not going to happen. So they do go for that B push, but they're watching behind. And I won't push until they push, basically. So this round has us having all the advantage already. And let's just kind of speed up a bit. Takes them forever to push. Not quite sure why they wait at this point. But they go in and they just kind of take over the site, which is unfortunate really, but it's pistol round, so it's always a bit of a toss-up. Picking us off one by one, we don't really get the trades. Nothing going especially right for us. Luckily I get the 3k and clean it up. Alright, you're stuck on that guy. So he doesn't get the plant, I don't think. No. So that round's over. The stack up 4 on B should have worked. Maybe a little bit more team play, a little bit more communication, but it's very hard to deal with the Glock train essentially. So second round we've got a buy. They obviously force up because they didn't get the plant, and we're just playing standard positions. Cord that it's another B rush. We rotate to B. James is stuck on site as soon as I think it's Stanley goes down, and there's not much I can do from this position. I've got my teammate coming in through connector who dies, and then I die and Elite's left alone. It's not likely he's going to get this once I've got armor, so he just runs off to save straight away. And I don't know why he's stuck on my dead body. So what really needs to happen inside the A site is play together. There's no way they should be able to rush us down like that. Play further back positions, chicken coop behind statue. Should have won the round. Quite frustrating we didn't. So we're going to counter force right back. 4 people on B, because that's where they've hit every round so far, even though there's only 2 rounds in. I fail a smoke, but try to use it anyway. So going over to where Elite just died, if we go back to the start of the round actually. So Elite pushes for information along, having our main gun, and should be able to take them out of distance. They are just waiting for him to peek, essentially. Yep, and they take him down like that. Elite overcommitted to that push, which once they have guns, shouldn't really have happened. They have the advantage on us here. If we had a better gun than them, maybe that would have worked, but not in this instance. So what James really should be doing here is supporting Stanley. We have no information that they're on A yet. Tapper's the only one on A. With the smoke down, rotating to A is the good idea. With Stanley getting taken down, everything's going to be a bit of a mess. We're not sure where they're pushing at this point. With 2 people left, we pretty much lost the round. So Tapper's lucky to get a kill, basically. But yeah, that round's over. So next round. Full eco. Can't remember what call I make. Right, this is standard play for information. Tapper's boosted, actually. So we're trying to catch them off there. Boosting Elite up. Elite doesn't manage to land. Elite managed to land a shot, which is the advantage to us, but we're still not expecting to win this round. So they're spread out, but we don't know that. Otherwise, we could capitalise off it. They do look like eventually they're going to be going for a B hit because they've got no information on A, and the bomb is pushed towards a B position. So I'm trapped in chicken coop at the moment. They know I'm there and they're waiting for me to fall out. They're setting it with smokes and they're trying to smoke me off, which just really brings the rotation in quicker. They should have dealt with me quicker. That is their problem. Now none of us are really playing especially together here, but James is really well hidden. Though he did not see, because he was hiding, he didn't see this guy push in. So, yep, Tapper's going straight for the save, and this round is over. Finally, we can buy. So what's gone wrong so far is we had one advantage and we threw it. Give me a sec. We had the advantage and we threw it. Since then, we haven't really had the advantage. Rushes don't really work so well on cobblestone on certain. A rush won't really work very well. There's nowhere really to rush. You can rush mid, but if they're watching the flank from either T-spawn or this connector part here, there's not much that can be done. So stack's the best thing, and that's what we kind of tried to do, but didn't work out so well. So James is trying to get an entry because not all of us have utilities. Tapper manages to kill someone in drop, which is a huge advantage. As you can see, the terrorists, these are the only two grouped up, so these should be going for the entries, really, to get an entry and trade it. They're not doing much, and James is able to get a good position, which they probably won't check. James should have won that, really. What can you do? So now they've got the slight advantage because they've got 4 terrorists alive, we've got 4 counter-terrorists alive. They're deciding to go B again. I have stayed in this position the entire round, right there, and he predicts me to be there, but there's not much he can do about it because I'm not peeking. They really should have mollied me off or naded me, but again, they might not want to waste their nades not knowing for sure that I'm there. So I get 2 kills before I'm finally traded, and by then we know it's B. They don't have much time left. We're going to play the clock. Tapper with a great kill there. Just hiding. Shouldn't be peeking especially. Can hear him plant on site. Round's over. Not much more to say there. Just they played too slow. They didn't play for trades, and we win the round as a result. We know their economy's good. We play double AWP setup because Stanley and Elite are both competent AWPers. Elite not making the mistake of pushing that round. James, who hasn't got a very good weapon, being boosted in a spot they haven't checked yet. I don't think they found Tapper there in the previous round, so it's a great spot still to use. And once again, they do look like they're pushing for a B, which kind of implies they've only got B smokes, or they're super confident on B. There's no reason they should keep pushing B. They're not really going for much map control. They do seem to be pushing long now, but no one's going to be blinded by that. James is going to be hearing a few, quite a lot. They're going to check it and take James out. I think James might have been going for the 2k, which is quite risky with the MP9, but going for the big plays can't really fault him. Death there. Now Elite is going to just clean up house here. Doesn't get refragged, doesn't get punished for what he's doing. Just a great round from Elite, really. Capitalising. I tried to boost him, but he needs to stand on van before he gets boosted. Just picks him off. The round is over. I think I might have called that they're either on a force buy or eco here. But considering we've got 2 AWPs, all that's going to mean is that we're playing far back and not letting them rush us and get the kills. So let's speed up quicker. Yep, Elite's holding from there. He sees 2 rush through, he sees 3 rush through. The rotate all raid to A is happening, so now we've only got 2 on B. Somehow James has got through. The Rasta guy seems aware, but now everything's gonna... They let James go through, everything's gone tits up for Crimmy, and they're gonna lose the round. Round is over. They've got money to buy now. Terrorists never eco more than once, unless they're really bad. James going for the peak long. Doesn't overcommit, though he was in a quite vulnerable position if they would AWP peak arch. Stanley with the intro over on B. Wasn't traded. Again, fault on the Crimmy side rather than a great play on our side. Flashed in by Elite. Don't see anything. No one's there. Looks like they're going for an A push. We've got no information at this point that they're doing this. Our A players are close to long. James will have heard that flash on long and may have made a call. Stanley is spotting mid and should see a player now. Stanley's quite unlucky to have actually lost that fight. And the rotate to A happens, but not a full rotate. No overcommitting from CTs. James gets picked off somewhere on long. Elite's still watching long because we haven't seen the bomb yet. Revan and Tapper playing that close. That's me. That's a mistake. Can't land the shot. No information for where they all are. Elite's on his own. We should have waited for him really, but we didn't want them to get after plants. We're hoping to pick off 1 or 2 before. Doesn't work out for us. Call is made. Their economy must not be great from the previous rounds, as we've won all of them. The difference between them saving an AK here and not is a lot, basically. So I tell Elite to try and get 1 more pick. Does so successfully. Falls back, saves the rifle. This guy's trying to hunt him. He probably shouldn't really, but he's not going to get the kill either way. Round's over, economic damage done. The terror side don't have a lot of money, as you can see. If they lose this round, they're on an eco, which that's the extent that Elite damaged their economy, so that's pretty great. I did think one of them would have to buy Galil at this point, which is a misread on my part. And though we don't have a great deal of... For some reason Tapper's got FAMAS, which he shouldn't have. Terrace just really lazing about. They're trying to go for the long pick, but they haven't got any mid control, they haven't got any B control. Smoke's just shutting them down really. James gets a pick over at A, isn't traded. No one else is pushing mid. James should really fall back now. That pop flash was terrible, but he lands the kill anyway. Over here actually, that's quite interesting to watch. If we go back a few ticks. Oh, that's not too far. Is that too far? I'm not sure. What round were we on? Oh, that's way too far. Oh god, I messed it up. Alright, we'll just start from here. Anyway, Tapper was boosted up drop, which was great because he was able to get the short range kill with a pistol, and he was able to get out of the position straight away. Crimmy are now on an eco, and We predict that they're going to rush B, but as I hear no footsteps, the B rush call isn't made and I can get a good position. I predict they might be stacking for smokes, which is why I spray down there. But that doesn't happen. They get a pick because James gets too antsy at mid, which is exactly what they were trying to do in the first pistol round, but we didn't push. So yeah. Important loss there, an important game for their team. I'm not sure why Elite isn't picking. He might be worried that they're up long. Rasta trying to get the pick on Tapper. If he can kill off Tapper here, it's a huge advantage to them. Luckily Tapper doesn't die. Stanley surprised to be flanked. Luckily I hold that off and the site's clear again. Leave the spot because they know exactly where I am. We've got no info that the last two are long, so we're playing 1A. I think he's watching drop down. Yeah. That's the best we can play in this position. They're just going for the pick. Right, once again they know I'm in chicken coop, and I'm just playing time, holding them there. Well aware there's 30 seconds left. Call is made to rotate. I peek out of chicken coop after loads of time, just hoping that they weren't going to watch me, seeing if they're on site yet. And Elite and Tapper clean it up. So that round's over. So just good holds by us at the moment. That's what changed everything really. For Crimi is going wrong. They are not trading the kills that they should be. If they trade the kills, it should be their advantage. Their economy is pretty bad. As is pretty bad as well, with the exception of Elite. So next round we'd force up no matter what. They look like they're going for a mid push, which hasn't happened yet. Catch James off guard, who pushes too far. If he knew it was an eco, he shouldn't have pushed that deep. They're on site, but they only have one gun. They pick off Tapper. We go for this because they're on an eco. We're waiting for Elite, but they know exactly where Elite is. They will have heard that. Unfortunately, he gets a kill, and I'm trying to fall back. Doesn't work very well. Oh yeah, I pushed site. Probably shouldn't have. Probably should have saved, given our situation. Got the info that there's one at long. Knew there was one on site. Didn't expect site to peek. He does. I get punished for it. Lost to an eco. The key point there was we pushed mid. James pushed mid and got punished for it basically. Incorrect reading of the economy, or incorrect play from the reading of the economy. Too many 5-7s dropped. Not that important really. Would have been good if Stanley could pick one up as well. They got mid control last time, and me and James are going to try and punish them. James gets a kill. Call is made to fall back straight away. Don't want to get traded. They can't trade us, even though they really, really wanted to. We now have the advantage, having armor, pistols, a AK, and a Molotov. Advantage in terms of it's an eco, and we're not supposed to have any chance of winning this round. They're expecting another push and playing incredibly slowly. Elite is right to fall back there. Pushes back Kraz. Expecting a B push at this point. Thunderstepping all the way. There is no way Tapper and whoever else is playing there haven't heard it. Smokes on B. Very slow play. Elite probably spotted that guy. Maybe he spotted Bomb. Bomb was spotted. Rotate to B is made. I think at this point we saw Bomb and just gambled that they'd commit, because that's what they've been doing in the past. Elite goes down. Bomb goes down, importantly. And now we're just playing time. There's not much they can do. They're super low, they're going to try and save their guns, and we're just going to go for guns at the end of the round. Pretty sure we just... most of us pick up guns at the end of the round? So I'm not quite sure where Stanley was going, but we got three free guns that round, so we are loaded at this point. Won an eco we shouldn't have. Got 3 free guns we shouldn't have. Everything is great. Right, they get the entry pick on Elite, and they are fast pushing A. Now, James is alone and in a really bad position. He jumped to try and get over mid, but he couldn't do it. To try and get over the back wall. Again, James overcommitting to that push. Tapper trying to land the shot on the push, but couldn't. Not much Stanley can do. Quarter save should be made, yeah. If we go for this, it's a misreading of the economy. Must have misread the economy, assume they couldn't buy next round, which actually might be true. So maybe correct reading. Stanley opening it up, giving us a chance in this round. We know one person's on site, and we know the other one's on long. Failing the spray on the first person because of the timing. Unable to fix the spray to land the kill on long, lose the round. Trying stand positioning because it's not what's been failing us on B. Stanley being boosted up now. Stanley should play this angle here. He's currently got a Molotov in it, but that Molotov's instantly extinguished. If he can watch that way, they don't always check that angle. Tapper's got a kill earlier in the half, but it's been so long that they might not check it again, and Stanley doesn't have a pistol. The idea is it's an equal fight between him here and the person with the AK there, which puts us at the advantage because it's a shit gun versus a good gun, which might have got us a kill. Stanley instead falls back and argues that he doesn't want to play it, I believe. So he goes for it to start off with, but he doesn't want to play in the smoke. So he wants to pop flash through it and kind of cowers out. There's no reason to. They just wasted loads of their grenades on there. There was no reason for Stanley to fall back. He's got no better position now. He would have been better off up there. So now I boost up, I believe. I see someone, go for the shot, don't land it, they don't hit me. Creamy making their presence known, wasting a lot of utility, finally going for it. Killed by a pre-fire by me. Leave drop to Stanley, thinking they won't touch it again. See the smokes on B, call to rotate should be made. Elite playing the sneaky position I played before. Gets 2 kills. 3 kills. Thinks the last guy. Finished off by James. Great team play. Great play by Elite. Elite won us the round, essentially. Though things were already looking good. He just put the nail in the coffin. Right, Elite going for another peek at long. They expect this, but they try and out-orb with an AK. Terrible decision on Crimmy's part. James is now free to give up mid, as he does. Somehow they've got past drop, which is a misplay on, I think it's Tapper's part. I make the call not to overcommit to this guy, but I think once he goes down, it's not a problem. Rest of the team, Crimmy commit to A, which is a mistake because we've already got 3 people on the site. We know it's an A push for sure. They don't even check door for some reason, and James gets a bad spray but cleans them up, and Elite finishes it off. So that half's over. We make a good comeback from after the first 3 rounds. Bear in mind this is a T-sided map. So pistol round strat. Can't remember what I call. So they play 4B as you do on a pistol. This guy peeks mid, sees James, I believe. One person might rotate off. It's a slow B. We're doing exactly what they did, essentially. I think Stanley's going to try and trade Tapper. Right. Now, we thought 3 were playing drop at the end, but it's clear that 2 were. 1 just fast rotates in from B. So due to their fast rotates, we lose this. We also tried to push to A, which, looking back at it, was a standard call at the start of the round, but turned out not to go so well once we all died in drop. Once we all died in drop, it might have been a better idea to go to B, but you can't do much in that situation, really. Too much is going on. The call probably wouldn't have been registered by the team, especially in this instance. So force up, I think this is just a drop rush. I think I'm setting up to flash the others through. Yep. Right, getting ready to flash through. Flash through. Tapper completely blind and sitting in a molly. Not great. Going for the B push. I think we get mopped by shotguns here, actually. Yeah. So I'm quite embarrassed to get shot in the back of the head by a shotgun there. Rasta not realising we're all dead. Yeah. At least we can get a strong buy the next round after this, so we just buy some pistols, see if we can do more economic damage. Not much else to say, really. So I think we are going for a fast A. Getting the flash ready. See if we can rush down Rasta, knowing they wouldn't have bought up anything more than maybe a few M4s, but they wouldn't have any utilities. Flash, too far, Rasta playing too close, punished for it. Instant rotate all to A on their side. Fake A with a smoke that goes all the way to door, I believe. Connector door. Missed the smoke, so that's a mistake on my part, but they still think it's A. James selling the fake, but then they get a read that it might not be A. Hearing us on B at this point. Bomb pushed forwards. Elite making sure I don't die immediately. I get the plant, that's all we wanted. Plant and 2 death, great eco. Now this is a round we really need to win. We won't have great money after this buy, and their money is starting to build up. So I think we just go for a default this round, which isn't very well defined considering this is the first time we've properly played together as a team. They smoke off their angles using their smokes early, which is something we should capitalise on later on. Poor smoke, which Stanley's taking the advantage of. Poor re-smoke. Nade. No real map controls by us, making sure they don't push long and mid by Elite. Watching 2 angles might be a bit too much for him, but I think we're going to set up for a B execute. Them hearing the footsteps might be bad for us. I think Kemi might peek long in a second. Yeah, they're going to start to think it's B. As soon as we put down our smokes. Right, I'm going to get a different angle. So clearing it out. Elite should be watching us, which he is. We only have 3 of us in position. James and Tapper are not committed to this. Tapper's going to be late. All push out. Elite killed by Kraz. I can't land the shot on Kraz, eventually do. Smoke's a bit off, but this round should be ours. Planted in smoke, he can't see where I am. Pretty much shot down from all angles. We know where the last guy is. He's got an AWP, there's nothing he can do. Right, we won the round, but we're on a shit buy. This must have skipped around, right? Let's see if this smoke lands this time. No. I don't think that's a jump throw smoke. Which is my mistake, really. So they rotate really fast, which is what we're trying to take advantage of, but our rotates on this map are really slow as well. So there's not much we can do. I think I go and try and sell the A. Convince them we're still here. But it's not working, basically. So as soon as I get this kill, they might start to rotate, which they do. They begin to rotate. And I hope Elite can capitalise off that. But he starts to rotate too slow, and they're back into positions. I mean, he pushes too slow. His best advantage there was to rush straight in. Pushing through the smoke, the correct thing to do there, really. Getting a kill, pretty great. Not much you can do in that position. Once you're spotted, you're dead. So this just looks like a quick B play. I think me and Stanley might try and set up our smokes. Yep, which kind of slows down the rush a bit. I think we rush as soon as that's gone. They believe it's a fake, but to start with, but then they eventually all rotate. We don't leave plateau quickly enough, and all get shut down, basically. The push wasn't quick enough, the trades weren't happening, it wasn't coordinated enough. We lose. So we've gone for B a lot, and they get the kill on James without being traded by Elite. I think James pushing by himself might be a mistake, because Elite would have been there close to support and trade that frag if that were to happen. I think the plan is for an eventual B take. Got the info that no one's long. Their connector guy might start to rotate. Right, our best chance to go is now. Smoke's down perfectly, apart from that one. Planting in smoke, Kraz tries to spray me down. Gets it. At least we got the plant. Our loss bonus is starting to build up at this point, so I think we're going to have a buy for next round. But once again, didn't push quick enough onto site, and they picked us off. Trades weren't happening. Okay, it's pistol armor. Then we're playing for the 14th round. This is almost a... I think this might be a fake. Yep. It's a fake, and then we all risk drop. Going to trade Elite. Happens. Get the gun. Up door. None of us repeat that. We're playing a bit slow now. We need to speed up. Getting picked off one by one. Stanley needed to try and trade that. Stanley killed as well. Bomb on site. Round lost. Not sure if they expect him to be there. Doesn't matter. Round over. Another rush B. We probably should have tried A. And Stanley setting up for the default smokes. Lots of flashes over. No one faking A. They know. They're rotating. Onto site, haven't spotted me at all. For some reason no one's looking tree. We're all trapped up there. Nade does massive amounts of damage. No one's looking tree. Kraz might even kill me actually. And get the ace. Yep. Basically no one looked tree. Tree wasn't punished. We lost that round because maybe my fault really actually. I'm not sure who would have seen that person tree. I know the second person on site would have at least seen that tree. And it was a position I called out that they always play. So we finally go A. And we haven't sold many fakes at this point, so they might all rotate. Kraz is about to get the information that no one is B, and they know it's A, and there's 3 of us left. And if we continue to push this, we're dead, but our limited options mean we can't do much else. Tapper with a great kill, and we reset. Elite gets the kill. So things have started to actually look good for us. They are flanking. Tapper's watching the flank. Tapper unfortunately can't finish off. I trade it. Killcam fake to A, but we go B. Rasta believes buys the fake and rotates. And he still wins this round actually.
Activating the bomb.
So they would have heard that. We can't be sure how far away he is at this point. We did know how far on his rotation he was. Right, this is where I fuck up. They've seen Elite, Elite calls that he's been seen, and I am just fucking around basically. I throw a nade, try and kill him. Rasta pre-fires. I try and play the smoke. He sees me. He fakes it. Thought I mollied the bomb. Thought the timing would be off on him hearing me. Gets shot in the back of the head. We lose the game. So essentially trades weren't happening, angles weren't being checked that they should have been, and that's why we lost on our T side. So that a lot of that needs to be improved. And we need to stop hitting the same bomb site in succession. If things are working, we stick to them basically. That's pretty much that. So thanks for watching.